into it, huh?
Yeah, let's start off strong.
Boom, boom. Check. All right, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Sausage Boys Live.
Yeah.
Sausage Boys Live on the 25th of September at the Newtown Hotel for the Sydney Fringe Comedy Fest.
Yeah.
It's going all right. Couple tickets left, so get down if you want to enjoy that with the boys. Vishaal's going to be there.
Yeah. Looking forward to it. Can't wait.
Dude, you know, for 5 years I've known Vishaal. The whole time I've been calling him Vishaal, and he hasn't noticed.
Vishal?
No, I've been calling him Vishaal.
Vishaal.
He's never noticed.
I have not noticed it.
Dude, I do that shit to people all the time. I do it to weak people. Like you know, the term...
I do it to weak people.
The LGBT community.
Yeah.
It's been about a year I've been calling it the LGBT community. I just for no reason, and I think people notice it, and I think it bums them out.
Yeah, and they're like,
or like it's when you leave, you say to someone goodbye. Like that's where I got the whole idea for the whole thing. Someone else did that to me.
Right.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? This is the Sausage Boys motherfucking podcast.
Yeah.
Back for another episode. This is your host, the South Coast poster child, the mannequin from Newtown, Jackson Grant.
Dang, did his own. I was going to do that.
Oh, you were going to do it?
I was gonna do that.
Yeah. The man on the board, the man on the ones and twos. It's the steamroller. The Terry Crews of Sydney. Karim Diallo.
Hello, everyone. Hello. Am I sounding okay?
You're sounding
Yes.
great.
Good. I'm sounding good. Nice.
We got two guests on today's show. Old friend of the show, Vishaal Nandavar.
Yeah. That's right.
I think it's
Yeah.
pronounced Vishaal.
They love you on this show.
They do love you.
This is like your
Yeah.
6th time on here or something.
I love this show more than anything.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
you're a great boy.
I don't want to make Jackson uncomfortable again. Remember the last time I was like,
Well, you're
The
going
end.
in too hard. He was complimenting it for like 3 minutes in a row at the end. No, seriously, guys. I just think this show is great. You're doing such a great thing for comedy.
yeah, why do I sound like Huey Phillips? Like that's
That's what you sound like. Was that a good impression?
That was an interesting one. I
Yeah.
think he's a little bit more, whoa, hello.
You did a great
I know what
impression of
was
Karim,
missing from
actually.
your
hello.
I know exactly what was missing.
All right, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is
It was the head wobble.
All right.
Oh, there we go. I'm liking this. Let's get a little bit of, people are liking that.
That
as
is the
well.
voice of new friend of the show, ladies and gentlemen, Sam Menzies.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Oh.
a great friend of mine and a great comedian.
Appreciate it.
Did I not give him one? Did I not give him one? Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I meant to give you one of these.
Yeah, that's great. I'm
Yeah.
a big fan. I've been listening to a few of you guys' podcasts. Vishaal recommended a couple to me. I tried listening to the two-parter of Vishaal today. It was honestly that I was busy. That's why it failed. It wasn't a lack of interest.
You got to listen to the second episode, I think.
The part 2 is the
Part
core.
2 is fun.
Yeah.
I'm
Yes.
not there.
That gets fun.
Can I have like any highlight listing or?
I don't know. I think we just got cooking in that part. We were talking.
yeah?
Yeah, what we talk about some good stuff. I can't even remember what it really was, but it was exciting.
Yeah.
If you were making some jokes about racial slurs or something like that.
Oh yeah, we really got into racial slurs, which you started off before we started rolling.
I do that.
Talking about some racial slurs.
Specifically the Aboriginal ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when I was a kid, I was told that Aborigine is a slur, and I've pulled up a couple of people who are getting a little loose with Aborigine.
Really?
And they're like, nah, I don't think so. I think that's just legit. So I'm curious from you guys what you reckon.
Is Aborigine a slur?
I think I got called out for saying it in school by
Really?
my teacher, who was like very white looking.
You
right?
called him an Aborigine.
Her, yeah.
You called her an Aborigine.
That's right. I had a lady teachers, ladies and gentlemen. And no, I referred to something else.
What class? What class?
This was
PE.
kindergarten.
I was hyped up to it.
It was preschool.
So I said it, and she was like, "You can't say that." And I was like, "Yeah, I can. It's fine. I've heard it on TV or whatever. I think it's fine." And she was like, "No, you can't say it." And I was like, "Why do you even care? You're not Aboriginal." And she goes, "Aren't I?"
But
And then
also,
I go,
you corrected yourself in there.
What? Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah,
I
you
didn't.
did.
Well, I haven't said it. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I got sent to the principal's office because of that. I had to speak
Are
to
you kidding?
Mr. Christensen, the vice principal,
Dang.
and he didn't even tell me what I did wrong, which kind of makes me think.
Wait, he said what? He's like, okay, yeah, no, just bring him in.
So is she
Yeah.
Aboriginal?
I guess.
I know some hella white people that are taking
same.
the
Yes.
Aboriginal cred. And they may have a stitch of it, but I don't think they've been on a walkabout or nothing. Like, I don't think they're legit. They're not Dreamtime Aboriginal. They're just white people.
I'm liking this.
With
I'm
like a
liking
little
this.
percentage.
Yeah,
I'm liking this
I'm
angle.
scared because I feel like you're gasoline and you're a match right now. This is gonna be crazy.
And I'm learning.
Yeah, yeah. Me and Vishaal are both sinking into our chairs.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I don't know what's really right to say. I kind of just steer clear.
Can you say Aborigine? Is that wrong? I don't even know because it doesn't sound wrong, and it seems like a weird slur to use.
Yeah.
Can you?
It seems like a lot of effort to use as an insult. When there's so much shorter insults. Like, if your motivation is to be condescending or racist,
You're gonna call them?
there's a quicker way.
Yeah,
all right?
yeah.
There's a shortcut.
It's 2 syllables. That's the most.
No, you can get it down to one, brother.
You get to,
Yeah,
There were
I've
old
been-
slurs. There were old slurs. Like even today, I was with my friend's grandma, and she was like, "Oh yeah, there was this coloured presenter that was on last night, and he was talking about Princess Diana or something."
Yeah.
And just dropping that. It's a nice little one, coloured presenter, referring to. I guess even it seems weird to call them black people.
Who?
Oh, like an African American person is a coloured. There was a coloured person. There was a coloured presenter on.
I would be
television.
okay with your grandma saying a black presenter if somehow in there it was relevant, like it gave credibility to what the presenter was saying or something.
It's definitely
was
not
just-
the worst way she could have said it.
Like if she says the black presenter said the N-word, then it's like, okay, all right, well, were you watching a good show, were you? But
I
if
don't
she
think
said
she
the
would've said
presenter
it.
said the N-word, I might be like, well, did they rob
Yeah.
him? Like, what was the
Yeah,
context?
It's interesting. Are you?
Can
I
you
don't
use the
know.
word coloured? I might
well,
stop bringing it back.
Well, in South Africa, they use coloured. They use that as a
No,
slur.
they say kaffa.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
dang,
that's
yeah,
the-
yeah,
Or is
yeah,
it
that's there.
kafir or kafir? I'm not sure.
Look, I don't know. I don't. But
because I know kafir is a slur, or is
Yeah,
it
whatever it is, I don't want them around my daughter. Dang, I fumbled that one. I fumbled that, but it was kind of. I still get the laugh.
Yeah.
But like, you're also quite dark skinned.
Okay,
so,
yeah.
so I would argue that you're coloured.
Like,
But is your grandmother also dark skinned?
No, this is my friend who's also mixed.
Oh, it was your
it's
friend's
her grandmother.
Okay,
who's-
sorry. I thought you said it was your grandma.
No, friends.
Oh, that would be
grandmother.
curious.
Yeah.
Just some old coloured lady be like, "There's a
like,
fucking
there's a-
coloured presenter talking about Diana." It's
Somebody
like she
get
hasn't
this-
suffered enough.
Somebody get this jigaboo off the television screen. Hello.
Yeah, your grandma's awesome.
Oh, wow. Coming in hot,
yes,
aren't
we're
we?
coming in
Coming in
hot,
hot.
I like it.
Well, I
This
guess
is-
coloured means melanin. Has melanin.
You have colour to your skin. It's almost like
Yeah.
a positive. Because I guess you could call white people of no colour. That's what people say on Twitter a lot.
Yeah, I mean.
Or
I'm-
beige? Would they call it beige, or plain,
is
or
no
no?
colour.
No, beige would be like mixed.
palm coloured
Palm
people.
coloured.
That's also another one.
Dude,
Palmies.
honkies and shit. Like,
Honkies
you guys
is
know the
good.
slurs.
Yeah, we know
They're
the
all
slurs.
hilarious.
What? Yeah.
Palm coloured people.
Cracker.
What if you're like? What if you're like able to? You know, like if you spend a lot of time in the sun, like. Yeah, I'm a coloured person, but only in summer.
Most
You know
people
what I mean?
most people who live by the beach
No,
and
you're
are a little
just
bit backwards
tan.
are all coloured people.
Yeah.
They're coloured.
No, they're tan.
I
Unless
would
they're
say-
coloured.
Unless they're
Yeah.
There's a big difference.
They're
There's
olive.
a big difference.
They're olive. No, that's Italian.
But they've got
style.
colour to their skin.
Yeah.
I would call them a coloured person. If there's someone who lives at like Cronulla Beach and has the same shade of skin as me, that's a coloured person in my
Yeah.
books. It's a coloured person.
Yeah, because it's kind of Well, I guess that's the problem with it. It's not. They're not actually coloured. That's not what you're saying when you say coloured person, is it?
No.
Yeah.
No,
you're
it's
not saying that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I guess I'm just very open-minded. I don't really see colour. I don't see race.
Yeah.
That's just me.
And I see
I
that
don't know, bro,
shit
that's just me.
everywhere. You,
That's just-
I steer the other direction. No, of course you see it. Ain't a
Don't see
problem.
colour.
Dude,
Yeah.
I don't want to call it experiencing reverse racism, but define it for yourself. I work for a major airline,
Yeah.
and everyone I work with, there's maybe 100 of us. Everyone I work with is a colored person.
Wow.
Cameron and I are the only whites. And forever, they used to supply sunscreen. Like, we work outside.
Yeah.
They used to supply sunscreen, and they realized after a while that only Cameron and I use it. so they've just stopped supplying sunscreen. Like,
Dang.
we can't justify it for everybody. Sorry, buy your own sunscreen. It's like, I think that counts.
They've replaced it with shea butter.
Or cocoa butter, you know?
like Afro
oils.
Picks or. Dang right, and is that still the case now? You're the only. You're a minority. So we're on a podcast with a minority here. Everyone, we have a minority on it.
Yeah,
Podcast
there's
with
just a clap right there.
okay, let's get the clap here. We're with the minority.
Yeah.
I don't think it qualifies as any kind of racism. It's just fiscal budgeting, I think.
Right.
It makes sense.
And out of 100 people,
There's about 100 on our team, yeah.
and it's just you want 2.
2 of us are white.
Do you two bond over that? Like you're like, yeah, they don't understand. Our way of life.
I'm friends with the Lebs and the Greeks. They're wild.
Wait, are they work? Oh, actually, right, yeah, because they're coloured.
Wait, they work in an airline? I mean, the Greek one is it. I
They
guess.
also vote.
Yeah, dang. What do you do at the airline?
I'm in freight, so I drive all kinds of machines.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Okay, you get to choose now. I either tell you what airline I work for, or I say wild shit on your podcast. You can't have both.
Okay, no, we won't.
Major
Well, I
airline.
guess we're not going to work out what airline you work for.
Jetstar.
I am curious. I was thinking today, what do you guys think? If it's critical that sex be between 2 consenting adults, what's the big deal with incest?
I'm liking this.
I don't think.
I told you it was a good fit.
Because it has been a big news story.
You having sex with each other? You do? Why'd you touch his leg like that?
Yeah, you did just like.
I don't know. I couldn't.
What's going on there, Vishaal?
I was going to call him out, but I think if he's any more faggy, that's going to be a hate crime.
And I'd just like to point out as well, Vishaal goes, I couldn't reach his shoulder, and then proceeded to be in arm's reach. His shoulder.
That was halfway up the thigh.
Yeah, Oxford Street does something to you. You know what I mean?
Okay, anyway.
Go on. Yeah.
Yeah, there was that big story about incest. I think they passed laws in the States or something where incest is wrong.
Yeah.
I don't think it's actually wrong. I don't think it should be legally punished. Yeah, I agree with you.
I
think
guess,
it's
if they're 18, you're talking about if they're of age.
I'm talking about consenting adults.
yeah, it's
of course.
fine.
Yeah.
It's completely fine.
So, okay, well then, what about the aspect of grooming?
That's exactly where I want to go. Because what happens, grooming can happen throughout your entire childhood. You turn 18, bam, you go into Pound Town with your dad or with your mum. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, that's
Happy
wrong.
birthday.
No, I mean
Yeah.
siblings is kind of fine. Siblings is fine. Siblings is literally, imagine you've just got a twin. And you're just like, she's kind of banging.
It'd be kind of hot.
just go
you were talking about a lady
Lannister
twin.
style. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
Like,
Let's just be real. It's kind of hot to have sex with a sibling. It'd be kind of hot.
My friend fucked sisters. I had a threesome with 2 chicks. And,
Whoa.
And
Dang.
I don't remember Michelle's sister's name, but Michelle and her sister, they're both identical twins. And I don't know if this is... Oh, they might not be identical twins. They're Chinese. I'm not
my
saying...
God.
They don't all look alike.
Okay.
But they are
Anymore,
sisters.
actually, can someone try to bring down my erection right now? This is getting ridiculous.
They look very
Chinese twins
similar.
that are willing to...
Yeah, no. So he had a threesome, but I don't think that's weird for Lloyd, my mate. I think that's a score, but
Right.
Do twins just all want to have threesomes? Every time I see a set of twins, especially if they're women, I assume I'm going to have a threesome with them.
Look.
Or they're having threesomes. I assume.
everybody jerks off, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Imagine if you could jerk off yourself, but more.
Do you think every set of twin, every twin,
Fucking your twin is masturbation.
that's happened all the time? Twins are having sex with each other. Is this just a thing?
Hopefully.
I
It's just
don't.
happening
I
behind
do know
closed
some
doors.
twins that had a weird relationship, but I don't think they were actually boning.
What was going on there?
They were just weird around each other.
Really? Flirty?
Did they finish each other's
Sentences.
They, I don't know.
Oh, Kareem.
Oh,
I don't know we were twins.
Jinx?
That'll explain the rough sex we had
Yeah.
last week. And
Yeah,
the
mostly
week
for
before.
me, because Kareem's a bottom. Am I right?
Hello.
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 I guess there
Yeah.
is something wrong with it, with the incest thing, but it's kind of fine too.
Can we go to personal opinion then, setting aside legality? I think it's yucky.
Yeah, let's go.
I
Let's go.
think
Yeah,
it's
what do you think
yuck.
about incest? It's kind of chat. It's a bit disgusting.
Oh, I thought you meant it. I thought you meant it was okay. When you said chat, I thought you meant it was good. But no, okay. Yeah, it is disgusting. Yeah.
What's that? Chat potato? Is that some sort of Good potatoes. I don't know. There's
Yeah,
something
imagine if you just lived next to a pair of twins that were in a romantic
Oh.
relationship.
So is it weird because it's blood?
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so what if it's you're 1 year old, your parents adopt another 1 year old, and you grow up together?
Oh, it's fine. Have sex. Go ahead. Literally go crazy.
Yeah, that's
That's
You
best
should be-
case scenario.
That's why your
There should be
parents got
sucking. There should be sucking going on if you have an adopted sibling.
yeah, just yeah.
There should be sucking.
What about Woody Allen? Like he did the whole adopted thing.
How
Like,
about Woody Allen and he has an erection?
You need a closer remote for that.
I know I do. That was a little bit. I should just have it at the ready. I really should.
No, because didn't he like marry his adopted not adopted? I don't know.
Stepdaughter, wasn't it? Wasn't
Yeah, it
his
was like
lady's kid?
yeah, Pharaoh's adopted daughter.
But he
and
raised
then,
her.
He
didn't-
kind of
didn't.
raised her.
He didn't really. I've looked into the Woody Allen stuff.
I saw the documentary as well, but like
Right.
it was kind of creepy as well. Like she was sending him like nude photos and stuff. This is like pre-internet, so it was all like Polaroids and shit.
She
Like,
was
he
sending
didn't have-
him those photos.
yeah,
It is weird.
He didn't
It
have
is
that
weird.
much of a connection. He used to pop in. I think I read that he probably would pop in every few months to say hi to Mia, and then bam.
Yeah.
That's all. It wasn't like he raised her at all.
yeah.
And then over time, he kind of started being like, oh, I think I'm attracted to her. Let's start something. But it wasn't like, this is my daughter. I've adopted her. I've raised her. It's like, okay, yeah, we're also now dating.
Well, I guess the icky part is you knew her when she was younger.
yeah, she was young as well.
And
Yeah,
you watched her grow into someone that you wanted to have sex with.
yeah.
That happens all the time. Have you seen a
Go
young
on.
person?
Have you seen my neighbor?
Have you seen someone young or someone that you knew as a child grow up? And then you've seen them and you're like, oh, dang, okay.
yeah, but
And now they're like 22.
Well, a lot of child stars, you would say.
No, in your own life.
Oh, in my own life.
Yeah,
Nah.
like a
Good fucking answer, bro. It's a good fucking answer.
No, nah. Just it'd be weird though. Like, no.
Have you seen any? Have you?
Yeah, dude. Of course, what is stupid question? Yeah. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like
Yeah, no,
Vishaal?
it's good. I know that.
Of course I have.
And
It doesn't
yeah.
mean I wanted to fuck her when she was 7. I just saw her when she was 22, and it's like, oh shit, sexually attractive.
I know. That's all it is. It's
That-
like, I knew this person at 7. Now they're 22. And it's like, oh my gosh, wow. It's you.
there was that idea in high school of someone being a sprouter,
Yes.
where they were younger,
Oh, yeah,
That was
yeah.
classic.
but they had potential to be hot.
Potentials, yeah. They used
A
to-
lay-by.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is a labour?
A lay-by? Like, you know.
Oh, a lay-by. I
Yeah,
haven't heard
that was
that
just.
term. That's good.
That's what we called a sprouter, I guess.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
put him on lay-by.
Yeah.
I like that one a little bit more.
Yeah, you can't,
yeah,
you
yeah,
can't
yeah.
have
Yeah.
it yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or,
but I'm gonna pick it up in December.
Yeah, my school we used to call it investments.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, like in How I Met Your Mother, Barney Stinson, like he goes to the gym and hits on fat chicks, and then when they lose weight, then he, like
Oh, that's great.
yeah, it's
That's the thing. You've got lay-by, you've got investments. We call them sprouters because they've sprouted and they're ready to
Yeah.
go. They're good to go. They're 13 and they're ready.
Or they're sprouting.
No, but they're sprouters. They've
I don't
sprouted.
think 13's ready.
They were back in our day. That's the thing. We've become
I'm like
cooler
16
as
years older than you.
I mean, it's just the perks of living near a high school, really.
And having that mustache.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Well, actually, that's why I grew it, because I was starting to feel bad for the kids. I thought I should give them some kind of way to know what I was doing there. You know what I mean?
You just give them a fair chance.
Yeah, before I had the moustache, they were just like, who's that friendly guy? Now they're like, all right, maybe we should watch out for them. It's kind of like how you put a bail on a cat, so you know if it's like escaping or whatever. You want to know where they're at.
mustache on him.
Maybe a name tag that says pedophile was 2 on the nose.
Yeah, yeah.
You're forced to grow the mustache if you've been caught too many times.
If they keep falling
If
for it,
you're a
I'm gonna
registered sex offender, you have to
You
grow it
have
out.
to grow the moustache.
I'm gonna have to get some big wireframe glasses if it's not.
Does that thing
Go
grow back
balding.
overnight? Like if you try to get rid of it, does your inner pedophile fix it?
Depends what I'm watching. You know, the testosterone kind of kicks in that. I do have a strong mustache gene. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
What about the rest of your facial hair?
Yeah, it grows back very fucking quickly.
What's your ancestry background, nationality?
Scottish, English.
Exactly, same, exactly. But mine's weak as
Oh,
piss.
really?
Like it's sort
Mine's
of hollow.
red though. Mine's red, dude.
Yeah.
Yours is.
I've
I got that Viking blood, dude.
we
What
have
were they doing with kids? You know what I
Viking
mean?
blood. What?
Yeah, like Scandinavian Viking blood.
Is that a red thing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I thought
they
you
had
meant
red-
Scottish Irish was Viking blood.
No, I think that's why they had red hair in Scotland and Ireland.
Scottish
'cause of the
English, sorry.
Vikings.
Wait, did you say Scottish Irish or Scottish English?
English.
Yeah, same. Sorry.
Also,
sorry,
you're
yeah.
both the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So white. Yeah.
So wait, convict or colonizer?
Oh.
Convict.
Same. Hey, there you go.
Hey,
You know what I find really
everyone.
interesting about
Unlikely friendship.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah.
the whole convict thing is we were forced into a ship and then that ship sailed across the ocean to a new land where we were then forced to do labor and yet we don't get slave points.
Okay, what's your opinion on that?
That's the opinion.
Where do you want to go with?
No, I like this. The only thing would be that you were convicts. You did something wrong.
Well, not me personally.
No, but, yeah, but I guess the family members did something wrong. So, like, is it justified? It's like,
Yeah,
okay, you did something wrong.
okay.
It wasn't like you were just innocent.
We're still not black
Which
people.
we're still not black people.
I just want to dance.
I just want to dance. Imagine that, yeah. Like something kind of slips. And it's like, oh, actually, that's true. And then suddenly all like Australian convicts just bust out crazy moves.
Yeah, this is like the Office joke that I was telling you about. There's this joke in the Office that I saw. It's like a deleted scene or something where Michael calls a seminar when Obama gets elected president. And he makes like the black workers stand up in the room and he's like, your time of persecution is no more. And he's like, you will no longer be segregated. Now we're the cool ones in society. Now we can dance and play basketball.
Yeah.
It's a great joke.
It's a great joke.
so
Do you
good.
think that it has a tiny bit of merit in that when Trump took office? Sorry, how long have you guys been doing comedy? Real quick, it's pertinent to the question.
2021. Early.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Trump was in office when you started.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So when Trump took office, very obviously there was a huge turn in culture and what audience members would respond to. And because there was that like heavy-handed white cunt like Trump president,
Yeah.
the whole society was sort of like averse to that and pushing against it. And then now Biden's in office, all the Trump jokes and that on like Today, Tonightly, or fucking Last Week Tonight have all dwindled down. SNL's gotten off them a little bit. The whole culture's starting to turn the other way. And I mean, you're going to criticize whoever's in office no matter what. Biden's the opposite of Trump in many, many ways. So now the culture's twisting back where you can start to just sort of really stretch out your legs and it's not as dangerous to be a dirtbag on stage anymore.
Interesting.
I don't know what my question was. I lost it in there somewhere.
No, but it's true. It is like there's a big culture shift that did happen. And I think even outside of comedy, just in everyday life, like the world changed when Trump took office.
Yeah.
And changed when he left.
Yeah, it's slowly. But you notice how like everything changed. I feel that's when the whole Me Too era started.
Yeah,
as
it
a
was
response
like-
of Trump. It was
yeah.
like, okay, this person's in office now. Obviously, we've lost.
Yeah.
Let's start to go after all the powerful people we can. Harvey Weinstein, Louis.
Harvey
Epstein.
Weinstein and Cosby and Epstein and shit needed to be done.
Well, Cosby was
But it
before.
was-
before
was it
Trump.
before?
Yeah.
But I
Because
guess
Hannibal Buress
he was a
did that
person of
bit.
color, so that's a little bit different. That's a little bit different. That was still when
Yeah.
there were.
I maintain Louis did nothing wrong. That's, I think dude, he asked. What do you want? He asked.
But that wasn't the problem.
I know, but he asked.
Yeah. Yeah.
no, it goes.
You
it
heard that,
goes
Louis?
into the-
We support you.
It goes into the same incest idea, where it's like it's wrong because of the power dynamic. Just the same thing where, like, if a father's going to have sex with his daughter, she turns 18, and it's like, hey, I asked. It's completely consensual. The only thing wrong is that he has power over this person.
That was a fucking awesome summary, dude. Dude, so Louis C.K. could have, we say yes, he can jerk off in front of his siblings. No, he can't jerk off in front of his kids, even if they're of age. Because in your metaphorical summation, the women he jerked off in front of felt somehow compelled or extra motivated to say yes.
Same way if he was to do it to his own daughters, because there's this power dynamic that exists there.
And I don't even think it's a rule. It's kind of like a social, like Darwinism thing. It's like that person has done creepy things time and time again.
Yeah.
But it's only a niche pocket of people that know about it. And they're not necessarily speaking out about it. So is it for the benefit of society to everyone know that this guy's a creep? And even with everyone knowing, he's still doing great things. You know?
Yeah.
So
How about
it's-
this?
Is it creepy? I want to have a debate all the time. Yeah.
Naughty? No. But forgivable? Don't do it again.
Oh, yes.
I'm okay with that.
Yes, you've got a point.
Yeah.
You've got a point. This goes into the same idea of incest, where it's like a father has sex with his daughter. That's probably
That'd be
enough to
funny
go
though.
to-
Like, yeah, don't do it again. You know.
That's probably more than a don't do it again thing. That's probably like, okay, we have to kind of press some charges potentially.
Yeah.
Compared to the Louis thing, he does it once with like some open mic comedian who's like, idolizes him. Bam, he gets caught. He's like, yeah, maybe don't do that again.
But he was also doing
I
it
agree with that. I
like
do
way
agree with
before
that
he even
idea.
got big, like in the early to mid 2000s.
Really?
Like, yeah, like he wasn't doing it like when he was on Louis or
Which
like
is
when he
kind
was
of
killing
more
it.
redeemable.
Yeah.
So that's
Because
his thing.
it's not a
So I
power
don't-
thing.
yeah, I don't think he
it wasn't
wasn't
a
any-
power thing. He was
Yeah, he
already
was-
doing it when he wasn't powerful.
Yeah.
All right, I'm back to it's okay.
Well, they did
I
try and
kinda-
get him on the rumors like when he was like getting big, like in 2015. You know that site Gawker that
Yes.
got bankrupt because Hulk Hogan sued them for like $120 million. They
Oh,
actually put out the
yeah.
rumors way before that, and I was like very new into comedy. And then when I heard about it, I was like, I don't believe it. Like I can't. I mean, yeah, sure, he does it on his act, and he talks about jerking off in his act, but I couldn't see him do it. And then, 2 years, he had that New York.
What about a
article,
wrestler named
yeah.
Hulk Bogan?
That's good.
I think that's been done.
What about
I feel like that's been done.
What about a gay porn star called Hawk Hogan?
Hawk.
Like he's hawk on a penis.
What about a porn star called Louis C.O.C.K.?
Hey, what about a left-wing activist named Boke Wogan, the Woke Bogan? And all he says is stuff like, don't call those curry munchers fags, bruh. Just, like he says woke things. We're getting really far from the name Hulk Hogan too.
I like it. I really like
He says woke things, but he says it in the absolute worst way. Oh, I got one of those actually from this week.
That's beautiful. I love that idea.
There's more.
Yeah,
My mate Ian.
Yeah.
My mate Ian. He's like 66.
Dang.
He's a good dude. Most people would say he's a good dude. I think.
His daughter wouldn't.
Maybe. He's got this friend.
Told him, don't do it again.
Truth be told, I don't know his friend's name, but in their friend circle, they all call his friend Tits. It was like somewhere around a decade ago. Like they've been friends for decades and decades. Around a decade ago, their friend Tits started like just wearing high heels and stuff, and then would start to like show up to like drinks at the pub in like a dress
Dang.
and heel. And Tits eventually got Tits, which is where the nickname Tits came from. They've been totally fine. Like all these guys in their mid-60s, all still rock hard friends forever.
Rock hard friends because
solid
they're
friends.
attracted to him.
Maybe.
to it, yeah.
Rock hard friends. Is it too late to change the name of the podcast? Yeah.
They've been fine for years, and there's just been this acceptance in a place like I live in northwestern Sydney. There's no acceptance there, I assure you. And out there, I was talking to Ian about, I don't know Tits' real name, but about Tits, and I was saying like, oh, is Tits a woman or a man? Like, what? I was going to meet Tits. We're working on a motorbike. Like, I don't know how to address. And Ian's like, no, don't worry. Tits is harmless. It's not like he's fucking gay or anything. Like,
Dude, that's so good. That's great. Yeah.
like he is Boke Wogan, I think.
Yeah.
Or is that just a person who's like, is that how everyone should be?
Yeah,
in
just
a way.
accept
That's
it.
just like,
No.
it's Tits.
Yeah,
What are you
no
talking
yellow
about?
parade.
Yeah, I don't
none
have
of
to
that.
worry about pronouns or anything like that. That's just my
tits.
mate. It's Tits.
Yeah.
It's just Tits.
It's working.
Yeah,
It's working just
yeah.
fine.
That's it's a very beautiful thing. You could almost have like a documentary on that sort of scenario
it'd be
and be
interesting.
like, hey, this is how the world should be.
Well, I mean, his house does have a lot of Nazi memorabilia, but so there's also that.
And he did also rape and murder Tits back in 2018, so that's also a thing that happened. But yeah, before that, it was all great.
Oh man.
But dang, yeah, that's I do like that idea. The Boke, what was it?
Boke Wogan.
Boke Wogan.
We can't be friends anymore. And it's like, what? Because I'm trans? And it's like, no, I don't care if you're trans. I just can't be friends with a woman. I was thinking it's funny how, like, there are so many, there are things that you can do that confirm that you're racist. Yes.
Yeah.
So, but there's nothing to confirm that you're not racist.
Ooh.
It's an upkeep thing. It's avoiding doing these things. It's kind of like, say there's like a t-shirt. It's either dry or wet. It's either dry, and then once it's a little bit wet, it is wet.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Once it's wet, it's not dry.
Exactly. Yeah. So we need a way to confirm that you're not racist, and then you can go fucking wild.
Yeah.
After that,
Like a blue check mark.
you need the blue check. Yeah. Exactly.
Having a being in an interracial relationship.
Yeah, that's
good.
yeah, that's
pretty dang good.
Yeah,
well,
a lot of
yeah.
them say that. It's like,
Like
yeah,
me.
I'm not racist. I
Yeah.
have a black girlfriend or a black boyfriend or whatever,
Yeah.
and then they just drop the N-word a bunch of times. So, yeah.
No, but
Well, I
it
guess
is.
Vishaal must have a black girlfriend in that case.
No, it's a black boyfriend. His name's Karim. So,
Oh, there we go.
yeah.
Didn't we settle on colored?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no the black partner is one, or like the
Black partner, black person of the like a best friend of that specific group. To the point where you've like gone to major events with them, you're like ingrained within this person's family. I know Jackson might be in the clear. Jackson might be in the clear.
I was at the pub the other night and I was wearing like Adidas trackies, and they're like, "That's German," and went on a tangent, was like calling me racist and whatever in a funny way. It was just banter.
Yeah.
And I was like, "How can I be racist? My best friend is." And then in my head, I was just like, "Nah, you can't say." that."
Yeah.
So I said, I was like,
But
"No,
it'd
my
be
best."
funny.
I said, "How can I be racist? My best friend is racist."
You could have
And
called
then
him a spook. You could have said, like, because I think saying that lets everybody know you could have said the other one, and you didn't. And you didn't. And you were thoughtful in that moment. And I think
That's an interesting idea. Where it's like there's a list, there's a tier of like worse slurs.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, I'm not going to say the worst
I
one.
have self-control.
So that should be enough.
Is that redeemable?
I think I don't have racist things in me because I very clearly see fatphobic things in me, and I realize I don't have that for race. Like if
You're fatphobic.
I think so. Like,
What are the things that you do that
So
are fatphobic?
my best friend.
If you're
Hutch
walking
Diaz,
down an alleyway with a hot dog and you see a fat guy walking along, you cross the street.
So my best friend Hutch Diaz. Have you guys seen him? He's a comic in Sydney.
Yeah, shout out.
So, he's super fat.
Yeah.
And that's fine. I got another friend, Mel. She's very, 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 very fat. I adore her. I spend hours with her every time she comes to Sydney. It's great.
We get it. You've got fat friends.
I've got some
So
fat
you can
friends.
say all
I've got some qualifiers.
Bragging much, yeah.
But if I'm in the car and I see someone next to me in traffic, someone who's, say, fit or slim, and they're eating, my brain's like, oh, you're on the go. You're in a hurry. You got to do stuff. Look at you. You're eating now. But then if I just see a fatty eating in the car, I'm like, you piece of shit.
Right.
You couldn't wait. You're fucking disgusting. Like, my brain has those thoughts. And how come that's different? But I don't have those differing thoughts based on race.
Do you think everyone has that when it comes to fat people?
I hope so.
Like, there is something about someone who's morbidly obese. Like, morbidly obese. You're in a food court and they're just eating KFC. I don't think you're going to be like... I think most people are going to be thinking to themselves,
Yeah.
come on.
Okay, but at the same
on.
time,
Yeah.
you go to the gym, you see someone fit working out at the gym, you don't think of it. You see a big fat guy on that Stairmaster and he's sweating like a motherfucker, trying. I think good for you, cunt.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%, yeah.
So the door swings two ways.
Is it fatphobic, though, I guess, to see a fat person eating and have a problem with it?
Well, I don't know if you
Is
have a
that
problem
fair?
with it, if
Yeah.
you just have a little thought that comes into your head. It's like, when you go to 7-Eleven and you see a guy working there and his name tag says David and you're like, I don't think your name's David.
Your name's Vishaal.
Your name's maybe David. You know what I mean? Like, I don't believe that's David. David. I just think you're wearing someone else's name tag. You don't say it, you feel it.
That is a funny one. You go up and you're like, "Oh, hi, David," and he's like, "No, my name's David," and you're like, "Is it though?"
That's not racist. That's race-ish, I think.
Race-ish. That's a good one.
Yeah. I was at work one day and we went like to a client's house and there was this Asian dude out the front like pulling out his bins, and my coworker was looking for the client and said to the Asian guy, like, you moved today? And that Asian guy says to him, like, what the fuck? No, I'm not moving today. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
Yeah.
dude, you don't You don't have to Asian voice for Asians, man. You can just talk
Dang.
to them.
There's something kind of funny about that.
That is, yeah, I thought about that.
Something
when
kind of funny.
I think ignorance. And I think ignorance needs to stop being used as, oh, if you're ignorant, that's bad. Ignorance in and of itself means you're completely unaware of something.
Well, the reason why
you're
we
right,
do
you're
have stereotypes and archetypal ideas of people is to like save time. Do you know what I mean? That's why it's easy to just look at someone that's appears like a man and you're like, that's a man.
That's why people just hop in Vishaal's car. Do you know what I mean? When he just like, pulls up. Sorry, I think people actually like that
Sorry, you do drive Uber, right? as is the career of your people, right?
one. And I know your name isn't actually Vince.
Listen to the second
7-Eleven.
episode. There was a lot of taxi jokes made at my
Do you have a wooden bead seat cover? I'm asking.
No, I do not. I have just a regular seat cover.
We got to make sure we touch on every topic. So I was remembering today that I got my arm broken by a girl when I was like 9, and this girl.
And now I beat my wife. And I realize it's justified.
This girl was severely retarded as well. So, like, what happened was my mum, she's a registered nurse. She worked at... You guys all right?
It's good.
She worked at this, like, place
Yeah.
for people with developmental disabilities. And I broke my arm in a very masculine way. I was playing soccer. And I went through the healing process, and I had the cast on my arm for ages. And then I went to work with my mum for some reason the first day without... Excuse me. The first day without my cast on, and this woman, I don't know if her name is Strutty, but they all called her Strutty. Maybe her last name was Strutty. Doesn't sound like a first name. Strutty, she was there. She looked kind of like Charlie Manson if he'd had a stroke, I guess. And she used to carry a doll everywhere, and out of nowhere, she flipped out, and she grabbed my arm like a Chinese burn. And it snapped my arm. I was back into a cast. Back into a cast straight away.
Dang.
Yeah, retarded woman broke my arm.
That's why you can use that.
That's why I can say retard.
You can...
That dribbling bitch, she attacked me.
Dang.
Can you use the N-word?
Yes.
That was so quick for Jackson. Yes, I want to say it now.
If you had a sister who was sexually assaulted by an African American man.
Ooh, when you say a
Can
sister.
All white people, my sister. We have a brotherhood that kind of exists
The
everywhere.
sisterhood of the traveling
Look,
pants.
I thought the rule was just N-words just out now.
N-word's out.
It's out.
There are a lot of words that seem to be out.
What do you mean out? No, you can't
it's
use
just,
it.
there's
You
just,
can't use it.
you just can't.
I mean,
Unless you are.
Yeah.
Unless you're really mad in traffic and there's a black person
Do you
in front
think
of you.
transgender people say tranny?
oh yeah.
Do you think so? Because like they're
Some
walking
of
around
them
like
would,
tranny,
yeah.
please, and stuff like that. I don't think they are.
I think they'll get ostracized if they do because I think that's such a politicized group.
Yeah,
That people even within that group would be afraid to use it.
I've heard trans people use it
Yeah?
Yeah.
really well. Like I mean, like very. There's a.
What website are you going to for that?
What clubs are you going to that, Karim?
But I have
What are
a
these
friend.
cl-
I have a friend who's like an older trans woman, and she uses it all the time, like and makes jokes kind of at her workplace.
Right.
Something about like using that word and like you've got a broken that word on your car or something like that. But she uses it all the time.
So contextually, she refers to a car's transmission and says tranny, but to get the comic relief.
Kind of. Yeah.
I like that. That feels clever.
Yeah, like using that as a joke. Always using the jokes with that word in it. And she's got no problem with it.
I'm very pro joke. That's fine.
I think maybe because it's an older woman, that it might be a bit
She's
different.
got some trans seniority or something.
Yeah, like
Oh, I think she lived through it a lot harder than like
I
trans people of
think,
today.
Yeah, you can't really use that word around, let's say, 18-year-olds.
Oh,
That's people under
actually-
the age of
Yeah.
25.
I do want to put this out there. So I did roast battle on Friday, and it was against a trans woman.
Did you win?
Who?
You won.
Yeah, I won that one.
Wait,
yeah.
Hell yes.
Who?
Her name is Audrey Clark.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah,
Audrey.
she's a new comic in the scene. Yeah, and I thought going in, roasting a trans woman in Newtown, I was definitely gonna fail or set up to fail for that one.
Well,
Like,
to
I
be
was
fair,
not-
she was roasting a gay guy.
yeah.
And then later that night, Vishaal went and roasted some naan bread. Everyone. Hello.
Did you do tranny jokes?
Yeah, I did like maybe one or two that sort of hinted at a transition, but I also like kind of like, like sort of tiptoed around
Do you
it.
want to say one of them?
Yeah, okay, let me bring it up.
I'm actually curious. And the fact you won is very interesting.
Well, I did point it out like when, before the roast starts, CJ asks you how you feel. So she said, I'm feeling nervous. And then CJ asked, how do you feel? I was like, I'm about to roast a trans woman in Newtown. And the crowd went wild. So I was like,
really?
I knew I was going to.
You're good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, that's the way. I think that's the angle you kind of have to have.
This was the one I closed with. Audrey also plays guitar. She used to play the bass, but one of the long, thick strings on it reminds her of the penis she still has.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Gosh, you're just doing really... That's the thing. When the
Yeah.
joke's so funny, it just... You can get away with it that much more. But
Yeah.
if it is unfunny, you just get squashed. Which
yeah.
is
I love how
tricky.
you also said she has a slim dick. like you were also able to attack her masculinity in there as well.
Yeah. I just wanted to throw that in there.
Did she get some good ones in on you?
Not. I honestly didn't pay attention because I was just more.
Too attracted. To
Yeah,
it.
I was.
Yeah.
She didn't get any Indian jokes in?
I know.
She
Whatever
did, but
Vishal's
I don't
transitioning from
remember.
a 7-Eleven worker to an Uber driver to a... I don't know. There's something funny.
Trombone. No, I think she did mention the fact that I was heavy metal. I loved heavy metal, and that she wanted to hit me with a heavy metal object, something along those lines. Which was all right.
That's a bit
I didn't.
annoying.
Yeah, she didn't really go. I didn't
Really? She didn't talk about the BO? Or
So you have listened to the first episode, didn't you?
the virginity? Any of that?
Wow, you did listen to the episode.
I'm also insulted you didn't call me to help write this.
Yeah,
A little.
Yeah, I just What else? Do you want me to?
Yeah, yes,
Bring
I
out
want to
another-
criticize
go
more of
another
your
one.
comedy.
Let's do another one.
Okay. Which is this one? Yeah. People would say Audrey isn't a real woman because she's trans. I strongly disagree. Not only is Audrey Clark a real woman, but she's a very beautiful woman. She's beautiful, but in a non-traditional way.
Oh, wow.
That was
How'd
one.
that go? That went well?
That one, okay.
Boo, your shitty roast joke.
What about
All right, I should have just like.
I'm very attracted to whatever her name is. I'm not
Audrey.
fetishizing trans people. I'm just very attracted to confused people.
Yeah, and then yeah.
Telling you
Oh, I'm
this is,
blushing after that. I'm thinking about that.
if, hey Audrey,
Should have reached out.
if
yeah.
we have a tie in this roast battle, we could have a dick measuring contest.
Nice,
We've
yeah,
had
there
that
you go.
before.
That's smart. That's
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
That's great.
This is one I didn't do. This was a bit of a rough one. It's an honor to roast Audrey Clark because she's a comedian who I hope will one day open for Dave Chappelle,
Oh,
Funny.
nice.
Funny.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's
Funny,
great.
very
Topical.
niche, but very funny.
and then hopefully he'll end up talking about her in his next special.
I get it.
even
Fingers
funnier.
crossed for a happily ever after ending.
I like it.
Great.
Yeah, that one I didn't do though.
I would never date a trans person for a very specific reason. It's not the physical stuff at all. It's the, if you're a trans person, odds are you're super liberal and you're super woke and you're super whingy, and I just can't have that. And I want to know, is Audrey a feminist?
From what I've heard, yes.
That
what I've heard.
sucks.
What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts about women or feminists? Yeah, let's go into it.
Women,
Yeah.
for the most part, are fine. It's feminists that are fucking cows. And the problem is,
What is
feminism's fucking racist as fuck.
racist?
So, yes, of course.
Yeah,
super
they hate
racist.
black people.
Yeah, that's what
Well, I guess
feminism
I'm a
means.
In every other race.
I don't know if it's because it's it's
yeah.
intersectionalization, and I think there are tiers to it. Like you'll get more points if you're a black woman rather than a white woman.
I'm talking about feminism specifically. That fucking, what's it called? The gender pay gap. Like, I don't even want to fight on the if it is or isn't an existing thing. The argument that feminists make is that the gender pay gap is 23 cents or whatever. But the pay gap from the man's $1 to what a black woman makes is like 27 cents. And then what a Latina woman makes is 31 cents. So if you really want to have that argument, you should be at least saying that the gender pay gap ranges.
I think they do acknowledge this.
I don't think they do, because I haven't heard a single white bitch scream about it yet.
Dang.
And I think if we gave,
liking this.
like, if we gave 23 cents on the dollar to every woman on earth and just like straight away, yep, it's all balanced, all done, we can solve that argument, then there'd be a bunch of black women and Latina women being like, hey, where's our other like 6 to 9 cents or whatever, and all the white women would be out there going, "Oh, you pick shitty jobs," like what we're saying now.
Yeah, but shoe sales would be through the roof.
And we'd get our dollars back. We'd reclaim the shekels.
Yeah.
I think feminism's some racist shit.
It's interesting. I don't know.
Well, a lot of the early feminism, when Karim mentioned...
No, that's the good stuff. Early feminism's good. Let them vote. That makes
but there
sense.
was a lot of who was this? Like a lot of early feminists had their
Give
views
me
on black
year
like
for
in the
early
60s.
feminism. Oh, so like first wave feminism.
Yeah, that was
we
first
want to
wave.
vote.
Yeah, no. We Want to Vote was like in the 1800s, like late 1800s, early
Okay.
1900s.
So what's the stuff in the 60s? The bra burners.
Yeah, the bra burners.
Yeah,
type,
what's wrong with all that? That's fine.
No,
They're making a statement.
No, that's fine. But they did I think one of the founding, that first wave feminism had some views on eugenics and that sort of thing. So
Yeah, that's cool. I'm all right. Let's fix. Oh, dude, we don't need retards. Strutty can go.
No. I'm not talking about that.
Dude, we live in this
eugenics.
weird society where dude, our Medicare system, we're spending enormous amounts of money keeping people alive who absolutely should be dead. Like 90+% of our Medicare spending goes to people over age 80. And you know what it is? It's not hip replacements or fucking LASIK and shit. It's all changing bedpans, giving them pills, swapping out their sheets and sponge baths. That's where all our money is going. And if we just put a cap on who gets Medicare, just call it 80. 79.
So how would it basically work? We pulled the plug when you hit 80.
Yeah, we
So you're on your 79th birthday, your family's around, and then it hits midnight. It's like, yeah, see ya.
It's not a pull the plug thing. It's a now we use your money. Okay.
What if you literally run you lose it all? You can't afford the surgeries. You don't have enough savings to Then
See
you
ya.
die.
You're out. Yeah, that's there's a retirement age, okay? And after retirement age, you still get some grace period, and then fuck off. All right? And I think we do this in Australia way too much. My friend Kylie, she works at a hospital, and her job has been for the past couple of years now keeping this fucking potato alive. As a baby was born, it's blind, it's deaf, and all it does is it's been years, and all it does is seize. It just has seizures, and Kylie's job every day is get to work, vacuum all the fluid out of its lungs, and then, somewhere in the middle of a shift, vacuum the fluid out of its lungs, end of a shift, vacuum fluid out of its lungs, and it just keeps seizing. And the parents are back at work, they're living their life, they've probably got another kid, I'm speculating at that point.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just our job to pay for this baby to take up one of those baby jars at the hospital.
It's brave that they rolled the dice again. If they do have another kid. Should we try again? Well, it worked out great the first time.
That left turn was so fun for me. That's what you took. I overheard a conversation at Specsavers Mount Druitt one time where this guy was saying, "Oh, when I was 10, my dad hung himself," and the guy answered, "Hanged himself." I just love the takeaway.
In what context would that come up at Specsavers? You know what I mean?
Oh, so okay. There's this gay dude that works at Specsavers Mount Druitt who's sassy as fuck. The guy's my idol.
I didn't know you worked at Specsavers, Karim.
There we go. Nice,
You got me really well.
He just says off the wall shit at all times.
Yeah.
I don't remember the context. So my lady owns that Specsavers, so she reported that story back to me.
That is
what a beautiful situation that is.
To correct a guy unhanged.
It'd make a great Garfield comic or something like that. Just in the Sunday paper. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna kill myself. You're going to kill yourself. Something.
You are, not yours.
But dang, I do like the idea of would society be better if we stopped putting money towards people who are basically on their way out?
Yeah, and then that money could be spent on
helping people who are actually really struggling and bringing other people
in the
up.
medical field. Let's spend it on paying nurses more.
Yeah, of course.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
I'm open to more ideas. But people that are 80, they're just as fucking potato as that baby Alina.
Of course, it becomes like a real ethical thing where it's like, okay, that baby, how important is its life? Is it gonna ever grow up or get out of this seized state?
Let's do opinions.
Yeah.
How important is
Let's do
Alina's
it.
life?
How important is her life? Should she be cut off?
It's not for me to say. I
Yeah.
don't.
Kind of is. We're in a society that your money's going.
Yeah, but I'm
towards
not. I'm
her.
not trying to be someone that has to have a say on this.
But
Because
you
I want
do.
my life to be.
You're in a
I don't
society.
I don't have to talk about politics. I don't have to talk about
I'll ask you a different question. Tomorrow, you have a seizure in the street. You tap out. They put you in the fucking hospital. You're just seizing. You can't see anymore. You can't hear. You can't think. You can't. anything,
too difficult
you have to
of a
get vacuumed.
question.
How long would you want yourself preserved there with no...
That's a
Well,
really
I
good
can't
Yeah,
even
that's
talk
a
for
good one.
myself
Yeah.
because it's about the people around me at that point.
Yeah.
If I'm brain dead,
Kill the baby!
if it was,
Kill it.
Yeah.
I don't know, if it was someone that I really cared about, then that's a more applicable
Yeah,
situation.
same,
But
yeah.
even then, you don't know until you're in it.
Dude, the parents have gone back to work.
But do they love that baby?
We all know
How
the
could
answer.
they?
The answer is you kill the baby, and
Yeah.
it's the sad reality of life.
It's
I think.
basically one of those eggs that chicks jerk off with. That's all it does. It just sits there like a phone being messaged on silent. It's doing nothing.
Wait, how is it like that?
Well, you know, like when your phone just
Yeah,
that. It's just seizing.
that's what the baby's doing.
The baby's just seizing. That's all it's ever done.
Maybe that's what we need. Maybe that's how we get away from technology a little bit. We just get some babies seizing.
Okay, think of it this
Yeah.
way. If this was 100 years ago, the baby would have died day one.
But
Yeah,
that's
It's
the
only
privilege of-
alive because of all of the shit we're doing to it, and that's only happening because of the many thousands of dollars.
And
we
that
dump
money
on
could
it
actually
daily.
be spent on things that are going to progress society.
You know what I
Progress
was-
like the country, progress people's lives. Like there are people legitimately struggling. It's like, hey, I could really use with that money that's being
Yeah.
spent
Gender
there.
reassignment could be more affordable for those folks. Nurses could get more money.
Mm.
We could get better equipment and better technologies that are more efficient, more
Yeah,
effective.
next
for
time you're at the
people that are
hospital,
alive.
you just get served straight away. It's like,
How
you come
about that
through.
shit?
It's
Yeah.
like, oh, what's going on here? And then you go
Room to
back, you're like,
yourself.
yeah. Yeah. And you'd be like, what changed? You'd be like, oh, yeah, we just killed, like...
Alina. I love how it has a name.
yeah,
So
we killed
also,
Alina.
in complete, in the spirit of honesty, this story did end like 3 or 4 months ago. Kylie told me Alina did die. So, yeah. Just in case anyone was out there with any hope, I want you to know that baby is dead and is off our dime.
How did it die?
I think it eventually it stopped being.
God,
Like
that's
no
so-
amount.
They don't
that's-
actually.
Wait, how
they don't
old was
actually
the
know
baby?
the cameras were cut off.
Yeah.
And I also wasn't at home that night. I was out with friends drinking.
She
Kylie
killed
skipped her
herself. She killed herself. There was
She had-
2 gunshots in her back.
Yeah. How old?
She was trying to
she
get
hung
out her own
herself.
fluid.
How old was she when she died?
At that point, I guess 2.5 or something.
Damn.
Kind of the same inches as Vishaal's penis. Interesting. Yeah.
Kieran.
It's a great debate. And I think you can go from case to case to case. You have like an 80-year-old who has all these issues, They kind of can talk and I don't know, it can go from a case to case thing.
Yeah.
Like if an 80-year-old needs a hip, yeah, of course, let's get you your hip.
Yeah.
But if an 80-year-old just needs their shit pan changed every fucking day so they can occupy a chair as the sun fucking rises and goes down, they're not savoring the day, enjoying their fucking pudding cup. They're basically dead. Fuck off.
But I guess the
Yeah.
difference is
Fuck off my planet.
you've got someone who might be like religious or something, and they're like, we shouldn't assist with euthanasia or anything like that at any cost. And then their word against someone else's that disagrees with that, they're both valid. That's the problem. We can't.
I
decide
don't.
that
I
one-
don't think. I don't think they're both valid. I think one progresses society, and one is responsible for like the inequality that exists right now.
Yeah, but one person's like, "Oh no, the world isn't so bad right now," and the other one's like, "The world
it
could be
is.
better."
But
But
it-
it doesn't
but it
matter.
is.
That's your opinion.
But if you just look on where like money's being allocated to, like most of the finances of, I'm assuming like in Australia would be going to support people who are over the age of 70.
Specifically 80
that's
from my
also
point.
'cause-
Oh, from 80. Yeah, 80.
Well,
Yeah, that's
Australia
probably
is
even
an
better.
aging, has a more of an aging population. There's not a lot
Because
of,
we're keeping them alive.
Yeah.
yeah, and we're not as young people having children or like even the generation.
Yeah, because
because we
they've got
can't
all the
afford it.
houses.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
that
literally
is true,
can't afford
yeah.
it.
Yeah, those
And-
80-year-old cunts fucking go. Suddenly the market gets flooded with some properties. Suddenly
Yeah.
the pricing drops
Oh.
down.
Yeah.
Suddenly we have a fucking
We're living in
weekender
like
in Terrigal.
we're living in like a utopia.
We get ourselves a studio.
Because what happens is the world just does technically become a better place, and you do have to start weighing those ethical.
I'm not talking
Things
about
up.
euthanizing anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm talking about not keeping a pulse in something for the fuck of it because we're too afraid of death or whatever.
I'm talking about coloured people. They
Look,
gotta go.
We got to the point.
Yeah, we got to the point where I wanted to.
When your liver starts to fail and you become jaundice, you qualify as a colored person.
Because I personally feel if I was in that state, anywhere where I can't live a normal life anymore, you can get rid of me.
Yeah.
I'm gone. I'm happy to leave. I want the money to be spent on actually helping people who need it, rather than
You an organ donor?
I don't even know. I don't know if
Yeah.
I signed
Oh,
up
my
to be.
sister.
So in Australia, I
is
think
a-
by default you are.
Oh, I probably am.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
right,
have to opt out.
Oh, really?
I
Really?
believe. I've heard
No,
that somewhere. I believe.
Yeah, I think my sister's an organ donor. I think she.
I like to
opted in.
donate her. I like to donate an organ.
No.
I got an organ I'd like to donate to your sister right here,
Why
pal.
don't bring her up?
The fucking Vishaal's sister comment is never late.
Let's get us some photos of her.
No.
Let's
No.
go.
Are you on dating apps?
No, I discussed the last episode. No, I'm not on dating apps.
Are
your
you
sister?
trying to meet someone actively?
No.
Hello.
Nah. Not
No?
at the
You're
moment. no.
pursuantly single?
Yeah.
Are you
yeah.
fucking?
No.
So at what point do you become our friend Vishaal to our friend the incel? Like, when exactly
I'm not
does
there
that happen?
yet. I can never be an incel. Like I just can't. I just don't have it in me. It's just it's
You're not
too
an
much
incel.
effort.
Wait.
I can't be an incel.
But you're not fucking,
Yeah.
and it's not your choice.
It is his choice.
It is my
you
choice.
there.
It is his
It's
choice.
my
You're a
choice,
bit.
man.
You'll call yourself a vol cell right now.
Yeah, a vol cell. Yeah,
You're a
I'd call
vol
myself a vol cell. Yeah, I don't know. Like I'm, things are going good in my life right now. I don't need any extra shit to.
And I know
Yeah.
exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I've barely performed. I mean, I'm still hosting a lot of shows, but
Yeah.
I've barely like gone and worked on a set and
Oh,
done
I
some
thought you were
time
talking.
on
I've
stage.
never performed. I haven't performed a set.
Oh no, that's the problem. I am fucking.
So what's your
Yeah.
situation? You have a
I'm
a wife?
Laura. She's my girl.
Girl, yeah.
And I'm my partner. She's
Your
in her
partner.
30s.
Nice,
It's
nice,
legit.
yeah.
She's my stepdaughter.
There was no coercion. It was an amicable arrangement. I'm like first time ever. I'm 36. Like
36. Yeah.
happy, like properly happy and
Why?
content with someone. I don't get it either. I have no understanding of it.
How long have you been together?
3-ish years now.
Wow.
Yeah,
But
nice.
she's genuinely never a pain in my fucking ass. And I just adore the shit out of her. And that is having a very severe effect on my stand-up and like other aspects of my life. Because I'm just like, I'll leave here and I'll call her and I'll talk to her till I get home.
Oh, you're
And
correct.
then-
That's
Oh,
so.
it's,
yeah.
That's
it's
beautiful.
fucking gay, right?
Beautiful. You're an actual homosexual. Right?
Yeah.
That's
But I think
The guys were really nice. They disagreed with me about the baby.
no, they didn't ask for one of my drinks. But I think when this does burn to the ground, because that is what I do,
Oh, the relationship.
the comedy comeback, I think, will be something
Yeah.
worthy.
You're not funny because you think you're not as funny because you're in a good situation.
Yeah, yes, that exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, and I'm fat now. I was always 8-pack guy. I'm just fat.
Terrified of
Like, oh,
yourself
you
whenever you
had-
look in a
oh,
mirror.
really?
Yeah. And she's like, no, I love you. It's fine. I'm like, yeah, you do, you fucking bitch. You're happy to be with my podgy, not going nowhere ass.
Yeah.
So what were your like comedy heights when you were killing it?
What do you mean?
What was some things that you ticked off and you're like, yeah, it's fucking
Oh, I was
sick.
in a Specsavers saying I was going to hang myself. That's when I was at my funniest. That was 10 years ago.
Proud of my writing, I think, is the biggest. I mean, I don't like do you want me to say getting the store or something like that?
Well, is it something like that?
No, it's getting a bit of material with a point that you like, that you're proud of, and getting it out and getting the
Right.
response you want. That's
Yeah.
way better.
What's the example of that? Is there like one moment where it's like, dang, this is something I really felt passionate about and it crushed right now? They got it.
I got a gay rights bit, and I got a transgender bit, and I've got a voting bit.
Wow.
Actually, the voting bit
Is on the podcast.
came out of your podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your podcast called? Do you want to plug it?
Curb Your Serenity Now. That's the pod. Yeah. Yeah. That's,
And way to sell. Way to sell, Michelle.
It hasn't been consistent for a while. So
That's okay. Do you want me to come back? We can do it again.
Well, I gotta have you guys
We
as
want to do
well.
a bit of a crossover. Yeah,
Yeah,
we'd
we
love
should
to.
do a
Am I
crossover.
still your most downloaded episodes?
Yeah, yours and James O'Connell.
Now, in all honesty, yeah, Curb Your Serenity Now. Great podcast.
Great podcast.
Great
Thank
podcast.
you.
We love the boys. Killed it during COVID. Killed it.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Honestly, I
thank you.
love seeing the snippets all over Instagram.
Yeah.
Like, we were dying to get on back in the day. And I hope you boys come back.
Yeah.
know
No,
what I
we
mean?
do do episodes from time to time. It's just not regularly. And what
Oh, Oh. Okay.
What was that?
I don't know. So you have been uploading.
No, I listened to all of them. It's just a shame that you guys stopped doing it.
Yeah.
You were doing a pod before? Or are you still doing
Oh,
it?
No,
yeah,
you actually
ages
you were
ago.
doing a pod.
You
In
were doing
fact,
a
one of
pod.
the first times I was on a pod was on yours.
Yeah.
It was called The Downside. It was
right.
like you had like comics on. It was really good. Yeah.
I also met some drug lord in Miami, and I had him on. He was this weird guy that was fucking picking up bales of cocaine off the coast of Miami.
Nice.
But he was a good chat. And then just some other people, like lots of comics. I had like
Yeah.
an 8-year-old boy on once. That was fucking interesting.
Oh yeah, you did. Yeah.
Yeah, it was an interesting conversation with a kid to hear
Because
a kid
he was on
perspective.
life support.
And it was really funny. Like he's got like eczema, and he's always scratching. And his mum kept saying to him, "Stop scratching, stop scratching, stop scratching." And then like when we're recording, she's not interrupting, and so I was going to him like, "Hey, stop," like just like waving to stop scratching. And then at some point in the episode, I just go dad mode or something. I'm like, "Stop fucking scratching!" It's like, oh, that's out for everybody now. Me going off at some kid. That was fun.
It'd be great if he became a DJ one day. And he's like,
Cue that in.
they used to tell me to
That's
stop
good.
scratching.
Because it was ruining the sets. It's like, we get your talented turntablist, but we want to hear the song. That was a nice little deep cut. What is your story? What's going on here?
Yeah.
There's an American accent. You're talking about drug lords in Miami. Who are you? Who even
I
are
grew
you?
up. I was born in Australia. I grew up in the US, and then
Whereabouts and for how long?
so I was in Idlewild in California. It's sort of halfway between Vegas and LA.
Is that an Outcast song? I mean, album? Idlewild?
Idlewild?
Idlewild.
I don't know.
No.
I doubt it. I'm saying Idlewild.
I know, that's what I'm thinking about. Is there an Idlewild? I think there's an Outcast album called Idlewild.
I'm not sure.
Anyway, yeah. Idlewild. Yeah.
You listen to it, just every song's about you. Wait, what the hell?
Dude, I got in trouble at Idlewild Elementary School for calling Fabrice, the black kid out of school, the N-word. I was in grade 3.
His name was Fabrice. That's
His name
probably
was-
the... It's like,
Fabrice.
how about we call him the N-word? Fabrice is way more.
No, I'll never forget that shit. I got a blue card, which means you go straight to the principal's office. And I told my parents I wasn't allowed to play Sega for ages. And
Dang.
yeah, you can't do that stuff. But I had like Native American kids at my school. I had quite a mix.
Yeah, yeah.
And not a
Did you
very-
call them Indian?
Well, I think that was in that. So that would have been
Yeah.
in like 1992 or something like that.
Dang.
I don't know.
They
if
still get called
They were
Indian,
still
though.
correcting that yet. Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah.
And how long were you there for? How long were you in the States?
I think Injun is the only one that's really been washed
Yes,
out. And
that's
Redskin, you're not doing that
Redskin.
anymore.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
So I was there from K to 4, and then I came back to Australia for a bit. Then I went back to Key Largo, Florida, and I was there for like 4 or 5 years. So for the most part, I think I have a fairly Australian accent, except it comes over the top sometimes. Also, when I get like energetic or angry, I get a little bit more American.
You were going like ask, 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 ask. You do
Yeah,
that sort of stuff, which is
it's rotten.
back and forth.
People think maybe Canadian sometimes.
True. Yeah.
It's kind of messy.
Right. So how was the experience when you went back? How was it in Florida?
Florida's fucking great. I'm going
Yeah.
back in October. It's good. It's hot.
Are people crazy? There's always the
They're
idea
trash.
of the Florida man. Like,
Okay, so I can defend the
Yeah.
Florida man thing. What that is first of all, it's all true.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Second of all, Florida has this Freedom of Information Act. So everything that happens in Florida, if you get an extension done on your home, the blueprints that you submit to, they don't call it council, like county, whatever decision-making group that approve your plans, those plans then get saved in the local library. And for everyone to have access.
Yeah,
So like
nothing's private, really.
I mean, yeah, the only things that become private are like the bank vaults and, if there's an NSA office or some shit like that. But or police jails probably. But like for the most part, everything is public record. Like if you get arrested or a DUI, your photo is on the web page that
Dang.
night, and then every previous arrest is also listed underneath you. Everything.
Is that just Florida?
So yeah, this is a state
Yeah.
law, and that means because I think, and I'm pretty confident in every state of America and probably all over the world, there is a Florida man. And
Of course, 100%.
there's
yeah.
people doing all this wild shit.
Yeah.
But Florida has this Freedom of Information Act, so it's all getting published. So there's people farming it and sharing it and memeing it and say, yeah, Florida man. So that's how it's happening. Everywhere has a Florida man.
Is it? I understand that everywhere would have a Florida man. Is there something about Florida that
Well-
do you think they are worse
Yes.
than everywhere else in the world?
Is it because of the
Yes.
climate or like the heat?
So that's part of it. There's shitloads of things to do. It's always hot out and warm out, so there's always drinking. There's heaps of aquatic activities. There's not much to do other than like recreational activity, unless you just want to go to Disney again.
Yes.
But like, yeah, I think it's also a place that old people retire to. So it becomes also a place of people in the service industry are there. So it's a lot of like, I work late and then I get to enjoy myself after 3 a.m. types of people. There's a bit of a drug issue. Plus, that's Miami is the main avenue for cocaine and shit to come in.
Yeah, a lot of it was coming through Miami. Like
there's just lots of...
So everything's kind of like building up to create this hell.
There's lots of ingredients to make an especially good Florida man in Florida.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you went back to live in Florida, then you came back to...
Then I moved back here, and I've been back
here.
since.
And when did you move back? How old were you then?
16. I think I was 16 when I came back here.
Yeah, dang. Right.
And then I've just been here since. I mean, I've moved around a bit, but like I've been here.
Yeah. And what did you do like after school? Like what is...
Went into furniture removals. I started carrying chairs for cunts. That's a horrible... No, that's fucking awful.
Yeah,
That's some dumbass shit to do. Mind-numbing and it's painful. Truck driving sucks. Carrying shit sucks. And also, I resent that they call it furniture removalist. You're a chair carrier, cunt. You carry chairs. Don't fancy it up. Like electricians, like that's a fancy word. You wire. That's what you are. You're a wirer. Most people are emailers. You're not a podcaster. You talk shit. You know what I mean? So removalist, and then after removals, I went and did mining up north, and then I came back to Sydney, and I bought a moving company, and then I quit after reading a Bill Burr quote, and then I took up stand-up.
Oh, so Bill Burr got you. I hear a lot of Burr in your cadence.
Do you think?
Like, yeah.
That's a compliment, I think.
Yeah,
It
it's
feels
good.
like it.
It's good. Yeah, it's funny. It's funny, kind of like ranting, sort of. It's always
Definitely
very
angry.
hilarious. Yeah. It's a great kind of thing to have. I can imagine it works so well on stage as well.
Yeah, I don't think I say anything on stage that isn't upsetting. Or like,
Really?
it's not delivered without
Yeah.
aggression and upset,
okay.
fury.
Yeah.
It all comes from a place of protest and anger.
Dang, I want to see you do stand-up.
I really
Oh,
want to
he's
see
good.
this.
I love him. Yeah, he's great.
How is the reception?
I'd
'Cause
rather
you seem
send
like
you a clip.
You seem like a guy who could kind of ruffle a
Yeah,
Oh, he has ruffled. Yeah.
I mean, on stage, I've learned how to like do that little. I mean, I've somewhat learned to what degree I can so far. Is like to do that dance to progress into
tip-toe.
topics and
Nice.
go over the laser beams. So yeah, there's more art to it. I certainly don't come out of the gate on stage like I have here. I don't mind talking to you guys.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, okay. So you're a little bit more of a what is a libtard on stage?
Well, I don't know what a libtard means.
You don't want to alienate people. You want them to come on the journey with you.
No, I want to alienate less. I still got to alienate some. Yeah, we've got to be laughing at some people, and
Yeah, of
often they
course.
have to be there.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean, I broad brush people a little bit, but I'm okay. I try bits that I have to like work my way back from. I've definitely had jokes that have started out way too strong that have caused like audience members to come and speak to me.
Oh, damn.
That's what I was going to say. Has anyone ever confronted you?
Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah, heaps.
In a vicious kind of way?
So I had one particularly fucking nose up stupid cunt, and so I was doing this bit. It's like 2018.
Oh, I remember the one. Yeah.
The vegan bit when I was talking about. I said that the joke sort of took a few avenues, but it ended up on that bees rape flowers, and she had a particular issue with me saying the word rape, and she needed me to soften it. And then she's like, "Why are you so hard on vegans?" And so I lied. I just told her I am vegan, and I'm also a comedian. And when I'm on stage, it's not dinner time. Like I just had a go at her, and
Yeah.
I mean, I lied. I love meat, but after she said
So does
something. She said something along the lines of she was surprised how receptive I was because she thought I would maybe bash her. I'm like, no, you didn't think I would bash you at all. Like that's a performance, and if you really thought I'd bash you, you would have come and be like,
You wouldn't have seen it coming.
I should have bashed her.
I would have asked for it first, you know?
That's the funniest thing that could happen. She's like, I thought you were going to bash me. And you're like,
You're not my wife.
I wasn't.
You're not my partner. Let's just say that. You're not my partner, so you're fine. What I was thinking about the Florida thing. What is the craziest thing that you saw?
And we are going to wrap in
living
a
there?
minute.
Oh yeah,
actually.
we might need to.
Oh right.
Yeah.
Dang.
Look, I wasn't there for it. Like I was in the US for 9/11. I was at school at the time.
Oh,
Wow.
But
we need to hear that afterwards.
Isn't today 9/11?
No, it was yesterday.
yeah.
Oh.
How do you know that? How do you know that so quickly, Vishaal? Why were you and Riv celebrating with these outfits on?
Well, I get reminded of it every time I go through airport security. So this was
Nice.
yeah.
And so like you remember at the same time there was the Anthrax Scares?
No.
No, okay.
No, that
so
was
what-
just after, wasn't it? Or was
Yeah.
it- yeah.
So like after that terror attack on 9/11, there was someone started mailing people anthrax.
Oh, actually, that's.
And then this became this terrifying thing. And then there was like some copycat people sending people chalk and shit. And one of the boys at my school, Emilio Vasquez, I think.
Nice, Emilio. He sounds like a bad boy.
He does.
Yeah.
I hope I got the name right.
Yeah.
You didn't usually refer to him by his name.
This he put an envelope of flour, say, I don't know what it was, like in the teacher's pigeonhole. And then like so they open it, they find that, they call the cops, the feds come, it becomes a whole big thing. It takes them like 9 seconds to figure out exactly who did it and arrest him. And then he got done on
It's like, who did it? It's like, let's look at the names. Like, was it Emilio Vaz? Yeah, I think that's the dude. Sorry, buddy, you're out of here.
He's got chalky fingers.
There was corn chip remnants at the bottom of the bag.
Oh, this is Whiz Fizz. He got done on the Patriot Act, and that was like some automatic 4 decades in prison or something. Fucking schoolboy. Look, it might have been
4
25.
decades?
It might have been 25 years, but no less insane.
No, what?
So this kid at my school, he did an anthrax attack without any anthrax.
Yes.
In a time where America was terrified of anthrax attacks. And the Patriot Act had just come in, which is this, we will fuck up anyone that fucks with terrorism, foreign or domestic.
Yeah.
And they got him on it, and they prosecuted him on it, and they put him in prison for still there.
He's still in prison now.
Well, no, he would.
Yeah, he would be.
4 decades.
He would be.
So,
Yeah,
I
4
mean,
decades. Yeah,
like,
so he's
I
like
had-
halfway through his sentence. I'm guessing. Yeah.
In 2025 would be my 20-year school reunion. So,
If he's not
and then
there,
it was September 11. So yeah,
That is
also I don't know the exact number, but
America's
a huge
fucking
number.
sick.
It's crazy, right?
I love
Imagine
that they're
for
like
a fun little prank.
They're like,
That's-
we should be really hard ass on this, and they're like, oh yeah, this kid put flour in there, and they're like, well, we said, let's make an example out of this young Spanish boy.
Dude, making examples of fucking. Oh, I could go on forever. Let's let you rap, but let's go on again. Next time we record, we'll pick up on making an example. I got a good story about an Aboriginal kid in Perth.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go 2 hours.
I do want to hear the
Yeah.
tiniest little recap of your 9/11. Just
Yeah.
where you were on 9/11.
I was-
And then
we'll end on 9/11.
We'll end on
Yeah,
9/11.
I was in musical theatre.
Yeah.
And the Miss Gruey organized us into a circle to pray.
Why are all these names so weird? Did you go to school in like a Dr. Seuss book?
No, I remember names, I guess.
Yeah.
Also, like America, people named weird shit.
True.
Not like Vishaal weird, but like
Hey, what about Karim, huh?
Anything like Vishaal or anything insane like that.
yeah, I was in musical theater, and there were people talking in the hallways about like that a plane had hit a tower. But in my head, I thought it was like we have a local airport, Marathon Airport. It's not an international, but like I
Where
thought
were you living there? This is in
Key Largo.
Oh, in Key Largo. Yeah.
So
yeah.
South Florida. Yeah. They talk about it. I thought it was like a Cessna had hit like the watchtower at the airport. Not a watchtower. I don't know what the towers are called at airports.
Yeah.
But runway control, air traffic control.
Yeah.
So I thought it was something like that. And then they were saying something about like a second airplane and they think it's a terrorist attack. But I'd already had the like mental presumption that it was just a little ass fucking thing. I'm like, fuck off.
Yeah.
But then, like TV on, George Bush sitting there like reading to kids. And my stepdad's American Airlines pilot. He was at work. So then that was a whole new layer of bullshit for my family.
So as it was happening, you were like, "Where's Dad?"
That was the primary concern. I got suspended that day as well.
Yeah, you tried the anthrax thing, and it's like, no, he's fine with it.
She was the brown kid, okay? You be cool, all right? The right man's do it. Someone's paying for the crime. Yeah, it was just an interesting fucking day. It was weird. People were quiet and somber, and then it was just the same footage on every channel over and over and over again.
And you were like, that kind of looked like it fell independently.
Dude, still beams melt.
Do you remember conspiracies coming out around that time, or were you too young? Or
I
was
don't
it shell
know
shock?
if they came out immediately. I do remember maybe in the years before it was when that whole like we never landed on the moon conspiracy kicked off, and that pissed off a lot of people. Yeah, and I don't remember any 9/11 conspiracies coming out at the time. No. But I do know, like, I flew back to Australia shortly after, and then at that point at all the international airports, there was military men with M16s everywhere. It was just a thing now. It's like, we're here to let you know that we ain't taking any shit. There's giant automatic weapons. It's kind of a wild thing to see at an airport. Like, we didn't have, like, metal detectors at my school. I lived in a pretty predominantly classy area.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a hood, but...
There was Emilio.
I feel like it wasn't Why do I feel like I've got his name wrong? Julio Vasquez.
That makes
Julio
Emilio's
Vasquez.
like Italian.
Sorry.
Julio is okay.
That's bugging me.
I was going to say an Italian South American. That's kind of very terrifying.
Julio Vasquez.
Julio Vasquez.
We could Google that.
Free our boy Julio.
We could definitely.
Everyone.
Hashtag free Julio.
Our boy
Free
Julio right
Yeah.
now. Dang, I feel terrible of it. That's one of the crazy things I've ever heard.
It's the classic scene from like a movie where he's like in the cell and he's like, I didn't do anything. And the guy next to him's like, yeah, me either. I didn't do anything either.
Well, he did do something. He just didn't really do something.
Yeah.
Like, can you get done up for domestic violence if you swing that close to your missus? You're like, just over and over. It's like, just almost there.
I wouldn't know. I always follow through. I've never had the self-control.
I guess that is intimidation, but you can't get done on the assault. So he's getting done for terrorism, but I guess he did terrify people. So what crime did he commit? Did he
prank,
incite
though,
fear?
I guess that's the tricky. It's like, have you seen all the bomb pranks where someone like throws a backpack and they're in like the
Yes, I have seen these
Middle Eastern
hilarious bomb
garb?
pranks.
They're the funniest things in the world. Like throwing a backpack or throwing a suitcase and then running away.
That was the Jason
Or like they dress up like really like have like Muslim garbs and just throw that in there, and then
I know, they
you
throw
could
it
just
into a
see
lift
like
and
people just
run.
run just because some guy in a hijab or like sorry in that I can't remember what it's called, but yeah.
Yes, that guy in a hijab. That's a transgender Muslim. You will respect her pronouns. Dude, I heard this story about this Muslim boy in this American classroom who was telling the teacher about his mummies at home. And they were like, holy shit, this Muslim family has an LGBT family. Like, this is fucking insane. This is like completely new. And they all were like, we got to cherish this and understand it. And they asked him like more questions about it. And he's like, yeah, man, it's just, I don't know, they're just my dad's wives. It's like,
He's like, yeah, I'm from Egypt. I live in a pyramid.
I like how silent you are, but then you try to come out with this knife. You're like a ninja. I like it. You got some
No, I'm
good
laughing.
lines
I'm
too.
laughing. Thanks, bro. I like you too. I think you're very funny.
Let's try. I'm kind of, I'm just an asshole. That's all right.
We have spoken about it. Krim's so fucking funny. Maybe not on this episode, bro. I'm joking. No,
Jackson
Krim
definitely is like a ninja. He tapes his eyes back to make fun of it.
Damn, I'm sorry, dude.
I know, that really hit me hard.
I know. Well, this guy bullied me, dude. I just had to pass it on. No, so
No, it's funny.
what I listen back to the episodes, and there are parts where I know I'm not laughing because I'm just trying to think of the funny thing to say in
Yeah.
a situation.
Yeah, yeah.
And I hate it. I'm like, I'm such an asshole.
No.
Have
We
people
all talk
over.
Plenty. You're doing great.
Yeah.
This is the awkward thing about our podcast. We're not like a typical like Spanian sort of thing. We're just going to interview people and be like, "Oh, that's interesting, bruh. What else happened?" We're always looking for the funny joke.
Yeah.
Like you'll cut,
Which is-
like if I start speaking about something, or like you'll always try and
Oh,
cut in.
yeah,
Like,
we're
what
cutting in.
about, like, you know?
We're butting in.
Yeah.
We're cutting people off.
We're high
And I
quality
guess
men.
I know, yeah, that is. It's almost to our own detriment.
High value.
High value.
I got it
yes,
wrong.
That's right.
All right. Yeah, actually, all right. So
Yep.
I did have one thing I wanted to say.
Yeah, and I feel like I
'cause
haven't been funny this episode, so I got to pick it up.
You know Squidward?
No.
Yeah.
Squidward
SpongeBob.
from SpongeBob.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
So, I know
SpongeBob?
SpongeBob SquarePants
yeah.
the reference.
Yeah, he's a squid. Yeah.
I'm old, fucks.
Okay, so instead of Squidward, what about N-word?
Oh, what about your friend Edward?
SpongeBob, you can't say that word anymore.
Instead of the Clarence.
SpongeBob.
Wait,
Yours is great. Do it
Wait,
again.
wait.
Do it
I thought
again.
I'm not funny.
Wait, let me try. SpongeBob. Oh. Squid.
SpongeBob.
Okay, what if we started calling white people outwards and black people inwards? It's close.
That's good.
I like that a lot. I
Say
really
it
like
faster.
that. I really like it.
Any closing remarks, fellas?
Thank you. Thank you for giving me your time and having me on. This is
Yeah.
way better than Vishaal.
This is
Fucking meat spin, fucking goat say goddamn podcast. Dude, he had me talking about buying girls' piss and shit. He's a fucking
Wait.
freak. It's good to be
I
here.
didn't say that.
Sensible people. Yeah, you wanted me to buy that Asian girl's piss.
what's
No,
going on
bathwater.
here?
Bathwater.
Oh, I just mentioned that. I didn't.
Yeah,
get
you're
her
fucking
to.
dude.
Okay, Vishaal.
That wasn't a podcast.
That was my sales pitch. I'm getting commission from her now. Yeah. No, thanks.
No,
thanks
that
for having
was
us.
literally a crazy story, like crazy experiences. We'd love to have you on again.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah, we need
Yeah.
to. Like that
Yeah.
was.
Thanks for having Sam on. I see how I touched him. about
You
the
didn't
thing.
touch him halfway up the leg.
This is
Yeah.
friend zone
Yeah.
touching. Thanks for having me
have
on
you
as
ever
well.
felt like Vishaal was hitting on you?
No, I think.
Oh, damn, bro.
I think
just wanted you to
Vishaal-
go.
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
sorry. Vishaal's a fucking coward. Like, dude, even if he wanted me, he'd be too scared to try.
I'm sorry, Vishaal. I'm only joking.
I was just playing around as well.
Yeah, sorry, Vishaal. All right. Hey, there we go.
All right.
All right. Thanks so much for coming on,
Thank you.
guys.
Thanks for
Peace.
having us. God bless.
Woo!